Hi everyone, it's Lynn here down at the Golf Academy at Glasson. Today I'm going to bring you some tips connected with the driver. Just a few things that you may want to look out for. Now, this is particularly for those of you that when you're playing your drives that can go out straight, maybe slide off to the right. Now, a lot of people think that this shot is called a slice. No, a slice would go really left and then away around to the right. So it's slightly different. There's no real name for it. So today we're going to call it a slider. Okay, let's get rid of the slider. So, a couple of tips just for any of you that have been down here in the studio getting lessons from myself, you'll know that I always look for the root of a problem. So, when this shot appears, over the years I've seen some things crop up time and time again, and one in particular that I think is really good that we don't talk about too often as the alignment of the forearms. Okay, so we want to be very careful when we're taking our setup position that our forearms are in a really good alignment. Okay, so like we always talk about the shoulders, we talk about the hips, we talk about the feet being aligned, but we very rarely talk about the forearms. Now, so how can the forearms get offline? So this is what I'm going to cover. And what am I really talking about? So what I'm talking about is when you take your setup position, that your right arm, if you're a right-handed player, that your back arm, we'll call it the back arm, is much higher than the front arm, okay? So why does this happen? So it happens a lot with the driver because when we play a driver, the ball is much further forward in the stance, so it's opposite the inside of the front foot, inside your left heel, if you're a right-handed player. So now I'm in position, because the ball is forward, and oftentimes used to play in the irons in the centre, so the head's opposite the ball. On this occasion, because the ball's forward, the tendency seems to be, or the trend seems to be, to bring the head forward, to lean over and try and have the eyes opposite the ball. And this in turn will bring the right forearm quite high, much higher than the left. So what happens from here? So when you're playing a driver, it's really important that you get a full turn, like all the way around, right? And so what this will do is if you get the full turn, and when you're coming back into the ball, your shoulders will be square at impact. Now, if you're somebody that suffers from leaning over to see the ball, what happens is, you'll see from this position here, is you can't make that full turn. You just can't make it. You'll get into all sorts of difficult positions, and then when you come through, the shoulders will be open, much further open, really open there. So what's causing this? So the leaning over, yes. So how can we fix it, right? So this is how we can fix it. If you're leaning over, what I want you to do is bring the club up to your chest bone, up to your sternum. See where it's pointing. You'll see it's pointing way over towards the ball. Now, what you simply want to do is bring the sternum back to the centre of your stance. Okay? This will get you the right setup for your driver. So there's your sternum now, totally in the centre. Okay? And then you just drop your hands. And voila, you're in a good position. Okay? The right arm is sitting in the correct position and just drops in nicely there so that you're able to make that complete turn with your driver, which is crucial. It's absolutely crucial. Now, I said that this helps the slider shot, get rid of that. It also helps with pulling the ball to the left as well. So when you're next in the range, check it out that you get your sternum in the right place. Okay, so that's one tip with the driver, and here's another one. Okay, so how far should you stand away with the driver from the ball? How far should the club be from the body? And you can do a simple exercise to see how if you're in the right position. Okay, so once you take your setup, okay, then what you want to do is take your right arm off, your back arm off, just bring it into the club. If it meets the club, you're in a pretty good place. If the club's too far away and you rock it back and forward, you're going to miss the shaft of the club, or miss the grip. So look at that, right? That's just something you want to practice, and you really want to be a fist, 2 fists, no more, because if you go too far away, then your swing will become all arms, and you don't want that. You want to feel connection when you're playing a drive to get the core muscles involved. Okay, so you get everything really behind the shot. So when you're next out, just take your setup position, get your nice posture, rock your arm back and forward, and then you'll be in a good position. Bring your sternum to the centre, and now you're in a good position to make that strike. Not bad. Now, try that out the next time you're at the range. If you're sliding the ball or you're pulling the ball, that tip might just get you straight down the middle. Okay, enjoy.